Hey guys, it's Lucas D here. So patch 2.1 is out, and I thought I'll just talk about cast on crit builds in the 2.1 patch. Now, okay, so there's been some nice changes that we can now use in the Path of Exile 2.1 patch for cast on crit build setups. So what I'm going to do is in this video I'm going to go through a couple of possible cast on crit builds we can use in the new 2.1 patch, and how we can take advantage of the new changes that Grinding Gear Games have done in this new patch. Now, what I wanted to actually go through was a couple of new skill gems, which are spell gems, which use the physical damage, which is Blade Vortex and Blade 4. And what I wanted to do was, I wanted to just show you how these two spells can be used in your custom crit build, and personally I think that these should have been introduced ages ago. It's just, we've had the EK spell was our only source of physical damage spells for quite a long time now, and I'm so glad that they've brought out two new spells now that have physical damage, and they've also reworked the Shadow Tree, so we have a lot more physical nodes we can work with. So not just those nodes, you can also do the Shockwave Totem as well, which is physical damage, but in this video we're going to purely talk about cast on crit and how we can use these new spells in the build. Now, also I want to talk about a couple of other skill gems. I think the other skill gem I want to mention in the cast on crit build is the Blasphemy gem. I think I've got it linked on here. Now, I've got it linked on with Warlord's Mark at the moment. Now, I always had a problem with Life Leech and Mana Leech and that with my cast on crit builds, and what I found is with my Warlord's Mark always on, I did not find the need when I'm farming to use Life Leech anymore, unless you get those pesky, you know, curse immune mobs. But at the end of the day, I haven't had too much trouble with it. You can still keep Life Leech on, but you can also switch it out and have other damaging skills which you can use with these Blade 4 and Blade Vortex spells, like Arc, because Arc and Discharge, also physical to lightning. The reason why I've chosen lightning spells is we want to get that shock in there so we can do 50% extra damage to all enemies with the use of lightning with shock. Now, Arc has been buffed in the new 2.1 patch. What I need to mention is I think a lot of spells have been buffed about 20%. Not just Arc, you're looking at all the other a lot of other spells too, like Ice Nova has been buffed 20% more spell damage as well, and so forth towards later game. Discharge is also another great thing you can use, and also you'll get with the Warlord's Mark, you'll also get the endurance charges, which can also cause fire damage, as well as we'll be having the power charges as well, so you can do a ton of damage with Discharge. The only thing I can say about that is, though, it does reduce a bit of your tankiness, and it does get rid of the power charges and not Warlord's Mark, and also the endurance charges, so just gotta watch out there and see if you wanted to use that or not. Personally, I'm trying to go for a build which is more tankier, because I'm normally a hardcore player, but I am using this build in softcore, and I'm just, you know, I normally, with cast on crit builds, I've found them to be more viable in softcore rather than hardcore. So anyways, I'll get started. I'll finish talking now, and I'll just link up these gems. So what you're going to need is, you're going to need Cyclone, cast on critical strike, power charge on critical strike, Blade Vortex. Another thing that I have to mention about Blade Vortex is, the beauty about Blade Vortex is it constantly spins and rotates blades, and because we're going to have a high crit chance with spells also, and when we get the nodes in the passive skill tree, this will actually help generate power charges constantly, because it's constantly spinning blades and it's constantly casting critical strikes. Okay, so, and then we also chuck on the Blade 4, and what we'll do is we'll start off with Arc, and those will be the those will be the 6 links we'll start off with at the moment. And I was going to use a Vol's Protector, but I changed it because I couldn't get the 4 green sockets I wanted for these new gems in the Vol's Protector. I managed to get 3 green sockets, but yeah, we're just going to use the Double Rusher. It's a lot cheaper to use, especially when you're trying to find a 6-link Vol's Protector or a 5-link Vol's Protector. In the softcore leagues, they do go for a lot more. And yeah, anyways, we'll test this out now and see how we go in the Dried Lake. Okay, we'll start a new instance. Now I'm going to cast up my auras now, and we're going to see how we go with this. So I'm going to cast Warlord's Mark. I'll also put on Herald of Ash, and I'll also put on Herald of Thunder. Now I think I'm going to use those. You can also change it around if you want, and maybe go for Hatred, get rid of the 2 Heralds. I haven't quite checked yet what causes better DPS, but you can have that ice effect as well, so you can have that freeze effect because you're critting a lot. So you could also use that in an aura, as an aura instead of the heralds if you want to do that. At the moment, we always use, with cast on crit builds, we like to use the trigger gem, cast on critical strikes, and we like to cast good quality spells like Molten Shell, summon your Chaos Golem, and that will be linked with Riposte, so every time I block it will cast these spells if I crit. And also cast on critical strike, Life Leech with Tempest Shield and Reckoning on that one. Over here I've got my Herald of Thunder. Now that's linked with Curse on Hit, Assassin's Mark, Herald of Ash. It's not going to really do much. I had that set up before, but now I'm just testing this out with Warlord's Mark. So let's go and we'll see how we go now. So I gotta put my Cyclone on here. So we'll get the Cyclone on. Okay, and there we go. So as you can see, also I'm using a Legacy Arc gem. I'm not using the actual new Arc gem. I've just got one that I'm using, which is just a Legacy one. But as you can see, my energy shield, I have to make sure that always stays up. But as you can see, Warlord's Mark is leeching the mana for me, and it is leeching the life for me. So my energy shield I have here, which is Ghost Reaver, so Life Leech applies the energy shield instead of life. Excuse me. And instead of at the moment I haven't decided yet if I'm gonna go like pure life or pure energy shield. I just wanted to test out the build first with the linked socket gems and see how it went. But at the moment, what I was thinking of doing was just creating two builds, either three builds. So you got your Tri build, you got your energy shield build, or you got your life build. So you can pick what you want to choose in the builds that I've created. So anyway, so this is the build, how it works. I want to see if we can get to Vol, and then just show you how it goes. Now I want to just give you a few positives about Cast on Crit. So actually, see, Vape Vortex is up. As you can see, look at all the charges I've got on me at the moment. I've got endurance charges on me, I've got power charges on me, and they're all up pretty good at the moment. Now let's see, where are we here? I don't know if I'm going to find Vol. Now maybe we can test this out with something else. Let's see if we chuck on Discharge and see how we go with Discharge. Also, I forgot to mention that I also do use, because we use a dagger, we've got to use a Vagan dagger, and what that basically is your hits can't be evaded. See if you can find a cheap one. It doesn't have to be anything special, just try and make sure it's got crit on it and hits can't be evaded. Now we'll just do Vol now. Now also remember, my skill gems aren't leveled up that much either, so I think I've got level 14 or so gems, so the damage is not going to be as high as you want it to be at the moment, but when we get to full endgame build, it should be pretty good. Okay, so now what I'll do is I'll just show you this skill here, what I'm doing. See how I've got Fortify on now? So when I move around, I've got Whirling Blades, and that's linked with Fortify and faster attacks. So what that essentially is, so Whirling Blades, faster attacks, Fortify, gives me the Fortify gem. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll go back to town. We'll start a new instance and we'll just test it out, say with discharge, and I'll just show you the difference. Don't destroy it, we'll keep that arc gem, and we'll just test it out now. Now, the only problem with discharge is it works better. Discharge, I don't recommend using it on a armor if it's not Vol's Protector, because the problem with discharge is we'll lose the power charges, and the wall, then it's not going to be as easy to generate it. But as you can see, the damage is quite high. So if you just want to, it's pretty much one-shotting everything. There we go. So that's with the discharge skill. Now, if you want more life leech, we can chuck on some more life leech. We'll lose a bit of DPS here, as you can see. But if you want to be a bit more safe, you want to leech a bit more life, you can do that too. At the moment, I'd rather not use that. Or you can chuck on the physical to lightning, and the physical will help shock the enemies. But personally, okay, let's see how we go with Vol with the physical to lightning. See if we can take him down quicker than we did with Arc. Okay, so obviously DPS isn't as good with physical to lightning. It is taking a little bit longer on Vol. And yeah, so what I'll do now is, guys, I'll show you my current build at the moment, and what you can do if you want to make a tanky cast on crit build. So we'll just go out of this and we'll just go back to town real quick. At the moment I'm just doing just testing it around with energy shield and a bit of life as well, but I think I'm going to respec maybe, and I might go maybe for full life. And what I'm thinking of doing is, because we're always near the auras, the aura nodes, so we've got aura nodes here and that, I might actually go up here and get dual curses, and then come down here, get some more aura nodes here, get the extra power charge over here, and and then I can work my way through here. Let's see if I can show you guys, if I can capture a window capture. No, I don't think I can do it, sorry guys. Yeah, I just wanted to show you guys the window capture, but yeah, I'll show you maybe in another video. What I'll do is I'll link the skill trees. There's 3 different types of skill trees you can use, and what you guys think, leave some comments in the comments field. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. But yeah, there's some really cool skills we can use in patch 2.10 and Path of Exile, and give it a couple of testing things. You can use, like, for example, if you want to be a lot more tankier, you can use Blasphemy. You can get the dual curses and you can get the reduced aura nodes for 70%, and you can also get another, say, 2 heralds on or hatred on, and you can actually have, say, enfeeble on and warlord's mark on, if you want to be that tankier sort of guy now, because you can actually always have your curses on. You don't have to automatically cast them, which was annoying in the previous patches. So yeah, thanks for watching the video, guys. I'm Lucas D. I hope it didn't take too long or too much of your time, and I hope that it was good information for you guys to take on for your next cast on crit build. Thanks for watching. See you later.